Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. So the markets are acting in a very volatile manner. Someday they go up. For example, today when I'm shooting this video, it has gone up a little bit at the time of shooting this video. But yesterday, day before yesterday, last 3-4 days, it has been falling quite a lot. So there has been a lot of panic in the market. Kya बेच के निकल जाए? Should we sell it and go away? Or should we buy more? This is such a great buying opportunity, etc. etc. So on this video, I'm going to speak about 3-4 key things. Number one, I'm going to speak about why you should not be scared of volatility in the market. It's a very natural part. Please do not chase the market or feel कि यार सब आज ही खरीद लेना है because market has fallen today. So have a little bit of macroeconomic understanding what's going to happen next. Number two, there are certain stocks which are discounted. There are certain things which are dangerous. So I'm going to speak about that a little bit. I'm going to also present a sectoral viewpoint, as in that is consumer durables a good sector right now, right? Is FMCG bouncing back? What about private banks, public banks? So I'm going to give you an overall market commentary. For people who are new to my channel, my name is Akshat Shrivastava. I am ex-BCG Talberg. These are top tier consulting firms in which I have worked. I have also went to Incred Business School, which is consistently ranked the top 3 business schools in the world. So I have had a lot of experience in finance domain as well. And for the last several years, I have been managing a fairly big portfolio. Now I run my own hedge fund. I study international markets. I study Indian markets and take leveraged positions. Now this is not open for retail investors, but whatever I'm learning through my hedge fund investing strategies, speaking with a lot of millionaires, billionaires, managing a lot of money, I share those strategies very openly with all of you. So in case you're new, do consider subscribing to this channel and do press the like button for fundamental teaching. So okay, so let's first and foremost understand the Nifty levels. This is very important to understand. There will be a little bit of repeat, but this is important to set the context. Okay, so take a look at this level, and what you will notice is that Nifty has been trading in this channel. Okay, it is trying to break this, but it hasn't been able to break this. And right now, if you actually zoom in on the chart, you will see that it is almost trading at this very critical support as of today. Now, during such times, you need to understand that, hey, is Nifty likely to go above this channel, right? Because that will be a breakout. Or is it likely to go down, right? This will be breakdown, right? Or the third possibility is that it goes within this channel and it keeps on trading. Whatever is happening, it trades and follows this channel. So this is a very simplistic viewpoint, but it's important to boil down these type of concepts in easy to understand language. Therefore, I'm teaching you that way. Now see, basically what is happening right now is that a lot of factoring in of good things have already happened. For example, last 6 months, if you take a look at, there was a lot of talk कि interest rates are going to get cut. So उसकी वजह से market rally हुई. Elections में it was almost like, everyone was picking, what BJP is going to win, all this stuff. Continuity of policy will be there. So market factored that into the mix also, and the market continued to run up. Now, those positive things have been factored into the market. Now, this does not mean that this Nifty is going to definitely fall, right? ऐसा ज़रूरी नहीं है कि 100% ये होगा, right? There is nothing 100%. But we as investors have to have a rational understanding that yes, there can be an easily 12% fall from the current levels in the market. Natural question comes कि फिर बेच के निकल जाए, right? I mean, we'll buy it when 11-12% हो जाएगा and all that stuff. भाई आपको नहीं पता, right? I mean, this is not something that we can predict. 10-12% fall, up to 20% fall can happen in the market at any given point, okay? 10% fall is a very normal scenario. Markets have corrected 10% a lot many times. And then comes the natural question कि अच्छा अभी गिर रहा है, right? I mean, it is falling right now. So why is it falling? Can you put some explanation around it? क्योंकि ऐसा तो है नहीं कि रशिया यूक्रेन क्राइसिस नहीं है या इंटरेस्ट रेट की बात नहीं है या बीजेपी वाली बात नहीं है and all that stuff. So उसके लिए you need to go and check the FII, DII selling data. Now, if you study the Indian market, what you will notice is that आप मई का महीना उठा के देख लो, right? All the days, FIIs, which are foreign institutional investors, they are selling. Okay. Now, who are foreign institutional investors? These are people like Mr. Warren Buffett, Ray Dalio, who run big international funds, and they also have positions in the Indian market. They are cutting positions and going away. Now, are they really going away? Because now 2 questions will come. One is that, okay, ठीक है, FII ने बेच दिया, but where are they reinvesting, right? This is the first critical question that you need an understanding of. And second is that when are they going to return to the Indian market, if at all? So let me answer very quickly there, right? And इसमें the first answer is that where are they reinvesting? They are currently looking at China. Now, why China? गई China में तो यार socialism है, this that stuff नहीं, भाई ये सब बातों में मत पड़ो. Basically, the Chinese market right now is deeply discounted. The Chinese stock market is rebounding as of now. FIIs are unemotional creatures. They are logical people. They almost make money every single time. Okay, FNO traders are emotional people, right? And they almost lose money every single time. And FIIs unke bilkul opposite hote hain. They actually make money every single time. So anyways, coming back to the topic that, hey, why are they buying China? Because last 2-3 years, if you study the Chinese market, what you will notice is that with the Evergrande crisis, which was one of the largest developers in China, it kind of broke down and it had a lot of issues. So it declared bankruptcy. Resultantly, there was a lot of pressure on banks because वहाँ पे NPA हो गए and all that stuff. And moreover, there was no commodity demand that was picking up. On top of that, China the standard of living has slightly gone up, or in fact, the cost of labor has gone up because standard of living has gone up. So they were an export-oriented economy. So now they are pivoting and थिंकिंग कि भैया हम एक्सपोर्ट करेंगे, कि हम कपड़ा लत्था ये सब बनाएंगे. सो दैट इज लो एंड मैन्युफैक्चरिंग. वी हैड ऑलरेडी वन दिस गेम. नाउ वी नीड टू मूव टू हाई एंड मैन्युफैक्चरिंग. सो देयर हैज बीन अ लॉट ऑफ अनसर्टेनिटी इन चाइना फॉर द लास्ट 2-3 years. This has reflected in their stock market also. This has reflected in their private equity also. Okay, now the way PE funds, VC funds, public markets work, very, very different. Maybe I'll make a separate video on that. But a very quick explainer is that where is the money moving now? It is moving to China. Why? Because sentiments in China had been really low post-COVID, more precisely in the last 2-3 years. Now that market is rebounding. So a lot of money is going there. Okay, so that's the bottom honest answer there. Now then comes the second question that, okay, when will FIIs return and will they return? They return whenever they see money making opportunities. So when do they say money making opportunities? When they feel that, you know what, Indian market is deeply discounted. जैसे कि China का market was deeply discounted, so they went there. Now whenever they feel that, okay, the Indian market is deeply discounted, so either they are going to raise fresh money and put it here, or if they feel that, you know what, यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा ओवर वैल्यूएशन आ गया है, और in like some other location ओवर वैल्यूएशन आ गया, so they might return. More importantly, they will return when there is something called as certainty or reasonable certainty in the market. Now, reasonable certainty means that, for example, it is clear कि अच्छा, you know what, BJP government आने वाली है, and you know these are the set of policies that they will follow. So FIIs can then start putting in lot more money. So therefore, I don't think that this is a major issue कि FIIs बेच के जा रहे हैं and all that stuff. This might continue for a month, 2, जब तक results नहीं आ जाते. Now with the policy indication in place, they will return. So right now, whatever is happening in the market is simple profit booking. It's not as if कि आपने कुछ खराब चीज़ खरीद ली and therefore it is going, because you will take a look at L&T, वो 5-6% गिर गया था कल, right? And then if you take a look at HDFC Life, वो भी गिर चुका है 3-4-5% and all that stuff. So गिरावट, broad गिरावट है. It's not as if that there is something massively off. Okay, so this is the first critical point that you need to understand. Okay, so then comes 3 critical questions. Number 1 question is that, hey, should we stop investing? That maybe we can take a pause right now, right? And then look at the situation after 1.5, 2 months, election clarity aa jaye, and then we will start investing then. See, this really depends on how much फ्री मनी यू आर अवेलेबल विथ, राइट? उसको बोलते हैं कि आपके पास कितना पैसा पड़ा हुआ है, राइट? आई मीन, कैन यू यूज़ इट टू इन्वेस्ट इन रियल एस्टेट, और कैन यू इन्वेस्ट इन स्टॉक्स, और आप सिर्फ एफडी बना के बैठ जाओ. एंड सो दिस डिपेंड्स ऑन योर कैश पोजीशंस. एडिशनल क्वेश्चन हियर इज दैट व्हाट इज योर पोर्टफोलियो साइज, राइट? नाउ पोर्टफोलियो साइज किसी के लिए 1 करोड़ बहुत बड़ी चीज़ हो सकती है, किसी के लिए 1 करोड़ इज नथिंग. सो नाउ इट डिपेंड्स ऑन योर नेटवर्थ, राइट? फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इफ लेट्स से दैट यू आर अ ग्रोथ इन्वेस्टर एंड आपकी 90% नेटवर्थ इज इन स्टॉक मार्केट्स राइट नाउ, then yes, you could possibly stop investing. In fact, you can withdraw some money, not an issue, right? So there is no issue from that perspective, and you can re-enter later. But on the flip side, if your portfolio is very small, right, 5 lakh रुपए पड़े हुए हैं, your net worth is like 10 crores, like, should you stop investing? No, you should invest more. This is a great buying opportunity right now. So that really depends on 2 things, that what is it that you're doing with your money right now, and second is that what is your portfolio size. An additional point I will recommend here is that you should at least have 20% of your cash positions, which means कि देखो यार, there is a chance of 10-12% fall in the market. So in case वहाँ तक गिर जाता है, right, market, then you use this 20% money that is there on the sidelines and then you invest, because that is when you are going to make like a very good return. Okay. Second question comes that, okay, you know what, Akshat, I'm like 100% invested in the market. Should I invest more? Now, if you are someone like me who has a relatively higher risk appetite, so to say, should you invest more? Yes, you can definitely invest more despite being 100% invested in the market. Now, why am I saying it? Because see, there are clear macroeconomic triggers left. For example, there is going to be an interest rate cut market. उसके बाद almost 99.99 certainty say it will go up. Second key point is that US elections are there, which will happen end of the year, right? And then results will be out roughly in like 6-8 months, right? I mean, from now. So in that respect, market again is likely to make an up move. Many of you would ask, यार US में elections हो रहे हैं, इंडिया में कोई impact आएगा? भाई 2008 crisis हुई थी, then India में impact आया था बिल्कुल exactly, right? I mean, in 2008 the US stock market corrected by 65%, 66%. Indian stock market also corrected approximately by the same amount. Okay, so whatever happens in the US happens across the globe, including in India, because US dollar is the reserve currency. Almost 60% of the world trade happens in US dollar. Third question, and which is a brilliant question, that you know what, should we sell now, re-enter later? भाई आप ही तो एक विरले हो नहीं, right? I mean, everyone thinks like this. जब 10% गिर जाएगा, then we will go and invest, and अभी नहीं करते, right? See guys, basically what happens is, and let me show this to you on this chart. So see, here you are trying to sell, right? And then you are trying to time कि अच्छा here I will buy it, right? And then I will make a lot of money. You have to be right twice. One is that you are betting on the fact that okay, the market is going to fall from here. Guarantee hai, nahi hai, right? Second, you are betting on the fact that you will be able to re-enter here. Okay, so you have to be right twice. The probability of that happening is very, very low. When Mr. Warren Buffett says that don't try to time the market, this is what he means, that don't do this exact thing. You will not be right twice. Very, very low probability. आप extremely lucky हो भाई, तो कुछ भी हो सकता है, right? I mean, but generally speaking, this is not going to play out for you, okay, or for anyone. So be reasonable, right? For example, अब reasonably आप क्या कर सकते हो यार? Reasonably keep like 20% cash, right, on the sidelines. If the market falls still here, तो बढ़िया बात है यार, लगा देना ये 20%, right? And this will definitely come back here one day, and you will make money. Okay. So then comes the last question, that okay, great, awesome, sounds good. You have explained things. Now I see stocks like HDFC Bank falling by like 2-3% in the last 2-3 days. I see stocks, a lot of good stocks falling by 2-3%, 5%, 10% in the last few days. So ab ho kya raha hai, right? I mean, should we like buy these stocks? Should we wait? All that stuff. So let me give you a very quick stock wise commentary. Now see guys, it really depends on how you see the future. So let me give you 2-3 examples. Okay. So let me give you first the example of FMCG, right? So take a look at Hindustan Unilever. Okay. So here is Hindustan Unilever. So I had done an entire video on this topic. You would understand the fundamental analysis of Hindustan Unilever if you watch it. In case you're a serious investor in the market, I would really recommend that you check out my courses. The reason is, अब बहुत सारे लोग मजाक उड़ाते हैं कि यूट्यूबर्स कोर्स बेचते हैं. भाई, आई एम नॉट अ यूट्यूबर. आई एक्चुअली इन्वेस्ट माई ओन मनी. भाई, आई मेक मोर ऑफ माई मनी बाय डूइंग इन्वेस्टमेंट्स, एंड मैंने आई हैव रिवील्ड माई P&L, all that stuff. I teach all that in a structured manner. There are additional points that you should know about my courses. Small pitch है, आप देख लो. My courses are ROI positive courses. I do not do any push advertising for these courses कि मैंने भयंकर ad चला रखे हैं and all that stuff. My courses get filled out very quickly because everything is honestly taught, and I am an industry practitioner. I actually put my own money and show it. And many of the concepts are taught absolutely free of cost. For my courses, I do not charge crazy amount. अब आपको लगेगा कुछ को क्या, you know, you are charging like 15,000, this, that stuff. But it involves a lot of live teaching time. Therefore, that amount is charged. Plus, you get access to 1 year of my member community. A lot of interesting stuff happens on that member community. चाहे वो IT stocks से related बातें हो, US stock investing से related बातें हो, crypto से related बातें हो. So I amalgamate all this knowledge for you, whatever I am getting, and present it in a very structured format. So the course helps you in terms of building fundamentals quickly, and then for 1 year you get to practice everything. So that is how you will become a better investor. I don't promise any stars and moons कि भाई आपका इतना रिटर्न बन जाएगा, उतना रिटर्न बन जाएगा. नहीं यार, कोई नहीं promise कर सकता. I teach everything honestly. If you see value in it, you can consider joining it. So anyways, coming back and talking about 3-4 key stocks here. See, number one, when it comes to stocks like Hindustan Unilever, कुछ लोग भाई मजाक बनाने में लगे हुए थे when I released that HUL video. Now go and watch it, right? HUL has gone up a little bit in the last few days. Now ऐसा होता क्यों है, right? It's not about me winning and all that. See, the basic nature of HUL stock is that it is a defensive stock. This is point one. Defensive stocks go up when the market is going down, typically speaking, or when there is any panic that happens. Number 2 point, there is a bounce back in the industry. For example, FMCG stocks have been crushed in valuation so much despite growth in its fundamentals. Now, what do I mean by that? Let me pick the example of HUL only. So take a look at this कि भाई पिछले how many years से HUL has given returns. So HUL has given 0% return in the last 4 years. अब भाई ऐसा था कि business crush हो गया? No. How much money is HUL actually making? HUL is making, right? I mean, last 4 years में अगर आप देखो तो it has gone up by how much, right? The revenues have gone up by 50%, right? And how much have the profits gone up? Again, the profits have gone up by like 35 odd %, right? So it's ऐसा नहीं है कि profit making company नहीं है. But stock price growth has been zero. करेक्ट, राइट. सो दिस इज वेरी वेरी बेसिक. अब लोग क्या देखेंगे, लोग देखेंगे कि 1% कंपाउंडेड प्रॉफिट ग्रोथ हो रही है. भाई आप थोड़ा इन्वेस्टिगेट करो दैट वाई ओनली 1% प्रॉफिट ग्रोथ has happened for HUL, because if you study the material of what HUL is saying, you will realize that hey, the volume is not picking up. Now what is the meaning of volume? Volume means कि 100 लोग shampoo खरीदते थे, now maybe like 105 people are buying shampoo, right? So I'm just using it as an example. Then ask a natural question कि भाई then इनकी इतना रेवेन्यू कैसे बढ़ गया 50% से? बिकॉज दे हैव इंक्रीज द प्राइजेज ऑफ दोज 100 बॉटल्स ऑफ शैम्पू और 105 बॉटल्स ऑफ शैम्पू. ओके, दैट्स अ वेरी बेसिक कॉमन सेंस. तो द कंपनी इज एबल टू प्राइज इट्स प्रोडक्ट वेल, कोई इशू नहीं है. ओके, द ओनली इशू इज द वॉल्यूम ग्रोथ. नाउ व्हेन इज वॉल्यूम ग्रोथ गोइंग टू कम अप? When consumer demands on these type of stock, or when in general in economy the consumer demand picks up. Now consumer demand is picking up in consumer durables right now, right? I mean for example Voltas ने बहुत अच्छा run up दिया, right? I spoke about it on my member community also, etc etc, right? So I mean consumer durables bounce back कर रहे हैं. Similarly FMCG भी bounce back करेगा. It's almost given. So FMCG is a good bet to hold right now. So if you're looking to make little bit of investments, this is like a good stock according to me. So you can consider it, provided you want to take exposure to defensive stocks. Then comes second category of stocks. For example, these are still growth stocks. जैसे कि for example अगर आप कोटक महिंद्रा बैंक देखो, so इसमें क्या स्टोरी चल रही है? Again the same story. Last 4 years 0% growth. Okay, so nothing has happened. In fact negative growth, right? And last 4 years में कितना हो गया भाई इनका, right? So कोटक महिंद्रा बैंक आप देखोगे कि again like you know whatever like 50% growth has happened, 50-60%. Profits have more than doubled in the last several years. Now under what conditions will Kotak Mahindra Bank's price not grow? The only condition is that, or like rather a few set of conditions would be that, hey, number one, there is like economic downturn in the banks. So is that a possibility? Yes, it is a possibility कि भाई loan recovery नहीं हो रही हो बैंकों में, या किसी तरीके की credit crisis आ जाए. That can always happen because US में जो dollar है, we are moving away from US dollar. So whenever that happens, the traditional banking system is going to get hit very badly. Okay, but till the time dollar is surviving, which my bet is that it will at least survive for the next 15-20 years, or will be okay. It will not go down massively in value. So till then the banks are going to be highly profitable businesses in a country like India. Now if you're getting something cheap right now, right, so then this is where money is going to come. According to my analysis, a lot of FII money in the next round is going to come to private banks. So therefore I've been building positions for the last several months. Ab उड़ा लो मजाक, जिसको उड़ाना है. We will talk in a few months, but the bottom line, what I'm trying to tell you is that fundamentally there is nothing wrong with Kotak Mahindra Bank. दुनिया भर की नेगेटिव न्यूज़ चला रखी है कि यू नो व्हाट, इनने रिज़ाइन कर दिया, उनने रिज़ाइन कर दिया, एंड यू नो अब कभी कोटक महिंद्रा बैंक को लाइसेंस मिलेगा ही नहीं कस्टमर ऑनबोर्ड करने का थ्रू इट्स ऑनलाइन बैंकिंग चैनल एप्स एंड दिस दैट स्टफ. कुछ नहीं होने वाला. ऑल दीज प्रॉब्लम्स आर गोइंग टू गो अवे. दैट इज माई अंडरस्टैंडिंग, बट ऑफ कोर्स मेक योर ओन डिसीजंस. देन कम्स थर्ड की थिंग, अ लॉट ऑफ टॉक इज हैपनिंग ऑन स्टॉक्स लाइक वेदांता कि भाई वो कॉपर मैन्युफैक्चरर है, कॉपर एक्सट्रैक्ट करते हैं, कॉपर इज गोइंग टू गेट यूज इन EV. In fact, I had done a very good roundtable. It was a 2-hour conversation with a group of people who are in the renewables energy space. So ये पूरी chat हमने member community पे we have released it. It's a 2-hour chat where we had PhDs, where we had people who had worked with companies like Tesla, where we had PSU employees who had spent decades working there. So they all gave their inputs. And one key point that came out was that you know the demand for copper is going to go up. But now Vedanta is growing because of that, right? So yes, that is true, right? No doubt about that. But at the end of the day, this is a commodity, okay? And अगर आप वेदांता जैसे स्टॉक्स पकड़ लो and let me show it to you, तो आप तो इतनी सी खबर पढ़ लोगे कि you know कॉपर आ गया and you know वेदांता के चांदी right types. भाई all that is fine, but look at the debt also, right? So it's not just one area कि ठीक है, it's probably like moving into a profitable product or whatever it is, but you also need to see it in context of finances, how it's supporting its company. Most of the company is built in debt, and if there is a bad credit cycle that happens in the economy, for example if there is a general slowdown of the economy, नहीं estimate बढ़ा 6 months में उनका जितना you know was expected, so these are highly levered companies, and leverage का मतलब होता है it can work both ways. अगर आपने levered company है, अपने इतनी debt ले रखी है, now debt can create a lot of wealth and it can destroy a lot of wealth. So these are high risk, high reward stocks. So anyways, putting a very quick summary, I think that private banks are in a good space. You could consider, I would say that something like FMCG is in a good place. You could consider. Please avoid high debt companies right now. Extremely dangerous game that you are playing. Please avoid trending stocks कि भाई टाटा मोटर्स तो इतनी तेजी से बढ़ गया था, in the next 4 years also it will go इतनी तेजी से. No, a lot of competition is heating up. Please understand, this is an innovation cycle. India usually does not do well when it comes to these type of innovative stocks. We are not front end leaders right now, whether we like it or not. As investors, we have to look at things from a rational perspective. आप अपना खुद का पैसा लगा रहे हो. Finally, please do not be scared about volatility. There's one point that I missed, which was regarding IT stocks. So I will cover that probably on my next video. But I hope that you enjoyed this brief conversation. It gave you a little bit more perspective. And let me know if you have any questions. I'll be happy to answer. Tomorrow on member community, I will write more about IT stocks. I will write more about consumer durable stocks, small and mid cap stocks. So this is what I'm going to cover today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.